Hey, here we go. Um. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here at Motive Racing for the LMP2 Championship Round 2 here in Circuit of the Americas. I'm your commentator tonight, also known as Ravenous, the Raven, Ravi, as we are watching here Smithy. So tonight we are joined here on the track with Smithy, Ben Parkey, DJ Phil, we got Zende, we got McRB, we got Richie 95, we got a drummer, we got Nicky, and a rest drop, and at least the last we got the Flying Dutchman Umbar. We are currently watching these guys doing their outlap. Smithy set a time of 2 minutes and 21. And Richie 95, 1 minute 54 seconds. McRB setting a time of 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Like Resrap and DJ Phil also set their time. As you are still watching Ungbar setting a fifth lap here, fifth time. Of 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And we got under 8 minutes to go for this qualifier session. Gingerbull needs to set a time, the diabetic lamp needs to set a time. We got Zende and Nikki also need to set a time.
Quite surprised to see Ben Parkey really taking the challenge to Richie in this race, or in this qualifying session. Ravi, I haven't really heard a whole lot about him, but Ben really is setting the pace. Looks like he's coming out of the pits here. Has really set a marker here. Richie currently 4/10 off, and it's a long gap to the guys in third and fourth. Rastrup currently leading the best of the rest at the moment, but Ben Parkey, I don't know if you know much about him. I certainly don't, I must admit. But this guy's burst onto the scene in quite supreme fashion so far. As we see somebody taking markers on the right hand side out on the exit turn 1. I don't know if that's Diabetic Lamb, is it?
I think that was Ginge. I think it was Ginge.
Oh, was it Gingerbull?
Yeah. Oh my days, that is correct.
Oh no, Gingerbull's out. Gingerbull's gone.
Oh no.
Gingerbull's disconnected. Oh no. That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, you got me almost speechless because of Ben Parkey here. He is indeed setting a master lap time here. That is correct. He is taking the challenge to Richie 95 here. Oh my days.
It's unbelievable, I can't quite. As you say, it's quite shocking really, the fact that somebody's actually at the top of the board. It's their first race here at Motive Racing, and Ben Parkey is really impressing here on his... Is this his debut? I don't know if he raced... Did he race at Algarve last week, Ben Parkey?
No.
He wasn't racing last week?
No.
No. So this is his debut here at Motive, and he is absolutely bursting onto the scene. Very impressively indeed. We'll keep an eye on him as this session progresses. Currently Richie coming down towards the end of the back straight. He's can do no better than him at the moment. Got Ugbar sat in fourth place, the lead coordinator here for the LMP2s. One of our staff team and head steward at Motive. He's currently fourth, 4.2 seconds off the pace. Let's keep an eye on the Flying Dutchman and see what he does here in this final sector of the lap. See if he can improve, see if he can pop himself up into the maybe third place here, ahead of Rastrup. Here he comes into the last turn now. See if he gets a good exit. Looks like he does get a very good run there out of the last turn. Up and over the line here. Ugbar, let's see what he can do. Currently sat P4 in this qualifying session. And he moves himself up to third. Very nice lap time there from Ugbar.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is it possible to get the map going?
Let's get the map up. In fact, let's get the splits up as well, because otherwise it's looking a bit bare.
Oh no, we lost the diabetic lamb.
Oh no! Oh no, it's alright.
Ah.
No, it doesn't matter. He's back. He's back. It's alright. It's alright. Looks like Ugbar's half a second up on his personal best already on this lap. Setting some blistering sector times. Richie's gone a bit faster, but still 600ths of a second off of Ben Parkey. He's going to get a chance to do a couple more runs here in this qualifying session. Diabetic Lamb goes fifth. 4.3 seconds off at a top time. Smithy seems to be struggling in this session a little bit. Currently sat seventh. It's right on board with him as he comes to his final sector. He's 2.8 seconds up on his personal best. So this is surely going to smash his previous record in this session. But it's still going to be a little way off Ben Parkey, and we see a little bit of lag there from Smithy as he comes through this final part of the lap. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah. A small delay, small lag.
Yeah, a little bit.
As he is currently running on the 7th position with 3.5 minutes to go.
What's he going to do here? Smithy currently passes at P7 in the session, 5.1 seconds off the leader, and he goes much faster, 1.3 seconds off the top. Ravi very happy with that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Smithy is one of my favorites here.
Big fan of him.
Oh yeah, definitely. But we have to keep eyes on Ben Parky because his first impression here in this qualifying session is yeah, ooh,
Incredible.
yeah, it's very incredible.
Yeah, he seemed to have come from nowhere, does this man? He's really, really impressing in his first time out here in motive racing. Just keep an eye and see what he does on this lap. It just comes through the S's now. Look at the split times when they pop up on the screen and see if he's going even faster than he's currently gone. Ogbar's got within a second of him up into P3. Flying Dutchman into the pits. Looks like he is coming out for one more run as well. Keep an eye also on Richie because he is on a lap time. Let's see, actually, he's coming towards, I think, is this the end of the lap? Or is it the...
Yeah, final corner. Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Keep an eye and see if he's able to go faster. Currently sat in second in this quali session. He'll get 2 more runs after this one, but he'll be helping himself a lot if he can put himself on pole for this particular run. Here he comes. Richie can't improve. That's an outlap there for Richie. He will be able to go again in this session.
Okay, perfect.
I hope that I'm just going to ask Goodbar if he can delay the start after quali, because I do need to go to the toilet after quali.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, sector time is not so pretty good, not so good. Sector times are not so good of Richie at this moment.
Oh, Smithy's up to P3. It's his face as Goodbar. 6/10 off of pole. Keep an eye on Smithy and see if he can go even faster here. Put himself at the top of the order. Richie, as you say there, Ravi. Oh, I don't know what it is, man, but he's struggling at this point. Ben Parky currently pole. Can he go faster? He can't for this time, but he's going to get one more run. So Ben Parky, Smithy, Ugbar all on... well, Ugbar's about to start a timed run when he comes around the line this time around. Smithy is going... is a 10th up on his personal best. His personal best is 6/10 off of pole.
Oh yeah.
Driving very impressively here is Smithy. Oh no! As I say that, commentators curse. Spins the car around onto the back straight. That's that lap all done and dusted.
Yep. That's for
Where's
Smithy.
Richie?
Unfortunate, it doesn't matter.
Richie approaching the final couple of turns.
Final corner up to the start finish line.
Yeah, he's been down on his personal best, so it's going to take something pretty special for Richie in the final sector if he is going to put it on the top. He will get one more run after this though. See what he can do.
He got
Can't
one
improve.
more lap. He got one more lap to go.
One more lap. Woodbar currently still out there. Oh no, Woodbar spun it!
What's going on? Sorry.
Session over there for Woodbar, very unfortunate there. So Richie is all on him as to whether or not
Okay, we got
he can
Restrop.
put himself on the top.
We got Restrop in the 5th position at this moment. Ben, where is Ben? Okay. Ah, epic, man. This is epic.
What's Ben up to? Ben is coming out of the last turn now. Let's see if he can go quicker. Currently already on provisional pole, so it will be about salt in wounds at this point. And he goes even faster there. Ben goes half a second quicker, so Richie has really got to pull something out of the bag now if he wants to get pole position. Where is the time? Is there any time to find on his personal best? Has he already extracted the absolute maximum that he can out of the car? Richie, our Frenchman, runner-up in last season's Championship 2 Carnage Venom. This season, I'm sure he will be sensing an opportunity to take the plaudits in this LMP2 Championship here at Motive Racing. Let's keep an eye on the split times and see what he's doing in the middle sector. Looks like we haven't got a split time for the middle sector. Not sure why. Should have popped up on the screen, but we didn't get any notifications, so it's all down to this part of the lap here. Can Richie nail it? Can he get it absolutely perfectly? Looks pretty good for the penultimate corner, and now into the last. Gonna have to stay off with the runoff on the right hand side. He wants to stay valid on this lap time, and it looks like he's pretty good. No.
Let's go.
Richie, what has
Out of
happened
fuel.
there? Some kind of
That
glitch.
should
Is
be
it
out of fuel.
fuel, maybe? Yeah, so Richie there running out of fuel at the end of the lap. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Ben Parkey starting on pole ahead of Richie and Smithy. I need to go to the loo. I'll be back in a second.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. We got Smithy up in the 3rd position, Ungbar in the 4th, Resser up in the 5th position, the Diabetic Lamb in the 6th. We got Zende in the 7th, Nicky in the 8th, Drummer in the 9th, MacRB in the 10th, DJ Phil in the 12th, and down closing the gate that is Ginger Bull, our returning driver. Yeah, definitely. So this will be a hard day here in Texas. Where the Grand Prix of America is being held. So a small information. The Circuit of the Americas is in Texas. It is opened in 2012. As we are going to start here. Everything. And lights out and away we go. We see Ben Parkey has a bad start as Richie can take the fat. I can see Smithy is fighting. Oh my days, we see Zende. Okay, there's no touch. Okay. As we first place of Richie here, behind him we got Smithy and behind him we got Zende. The fight is fully on. Oh no!
Oh.
There was something wrong.
Oh, it's okay. I think that was just a little bit of banging of wheels. A couple of guys running wide there. Aston got to load the start, and unfortunately the message didn't get through. So I apologise for that. But looks like Mac is right at the back of him. Ugbot's falling down to 9th here, Ravi. What's happened?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It was a nightmare for Ben. He had a bad start. Rich took it directly, the fight on the first corner. It was very clean, very tough racing in the first corner. No massacre, no chaos, clean racing.
No massacre, that's always what we want to see. Massacres are something we do actually discourage here at Motive Racing. In the meantime, we're watching here Ben Parkey coming under pressure now from Smithy. Smithy is all over his rear as they come through this section just after the back straight. It looks like KRB Zande has made an unbelievable start, up into 4th place here already after starting, I think, down at about 8th or 9th or something.
Yeah, he was directly into the draft of Smithy, and he went with Smithy behind him, and it was a massive start. Smithy had a massive start, and man, it was awesome. It was awesome start. Yeah. We see Restrop. Restrop is in the 12th position. I don't know what's happened there. That was a bad mishap, maybe.
Yeah, had a difficult start to this race. We're seeing Richie currently leading the race by 1 second to Ben Parker. Then we've got Smithy and KRB Zande. Made a great start into this race. We've got Diabetic Lamb there currently running in 5th place. Then Drama looks like he's got Nicky looking to the inside. Nicky's going to make the move up the inside and commit down the inside. Looks like he's going to run him out of road, and Nicky's up into 6th place there. Ugbar next. Then we've got Mac RB, DJ Phil, Ginger Ball here in 11th place. Ginger Ball, sorry, running in 11th place. And Rastrop is making up the rear in this one for the time being. He's a little way off the back of Ginger Ball, but hopefully he can get that together and start making gains throughout the rest of the sprint race. Still a long way to go, still 17 minutes left in this session, as we see Richie is pulling out that gap to Ben very, very impressively. Ben had the ascendancy in qualifying, but in the race it's definitely a different story. Richie currently the man to beat here in this sprint race.
Yeah, definitely. Smithy backed down a bit. Of the fight with Ben.
Yeah, it looks like Smithy is definitely dropped off him a little bit. We saw about a lap ago he was right up his trumpet. Still not too far back though. Smithy's pushing it. A little bit of a lock up there. We saw maybe trying to find the limits here and early in this race. The tyres will still be warming up a little bit, but the track temperature is pretty high. We're obviously in Texas, so we're expecting some pretty high tyre wear, with the track temperature being as it is. Smithy's dropped off by about 1.5 seconds to Ben here in this battle for 2nd place. Richie pulling away from both of them. Currently class of the field, this man out front, the Frenchman, last season's runner-up here in the LMP2s, is currently showing everybody how it's done so far. Has been an incredibly impressive performance so far from this man.
Yes, definitely with a 2.5 second gap between him and Ben Park. Yeah, Richie's class of his own.
He is indeed. Absolutely.
I was going to say something happened with Ben Parky, as we see that his lap times are dropping.
Yeah, here we go, riding on board here with Smithy. He's currently, well, he closed it a bit on Ben there, but obviously Ben has started to pull out a little bit more. No, Smithy looks like he's within a second here. Is Smithy going to have a chance here coming up onto this long back straight, which takes up pretty much half the circuit here? You can see that Ben is looking pretty, I would say, pretty vulnerable to Smithy at this point. You can definitely see the closing speed here from Smithy as he has the slipstream now. He might be just a little bit too far back to go for a move coming into the braking zone. See there, Smithy later on the brakes, trying to get in Ben Parky's head, trying to distract him in the mirrors if he can, but Ben driving a very, very calm defence here in front of him.
Yeah, no pressure. He feels no pressure.
Some people don't.
Personally, I would crack under that pressure. I see DJ Phil coming up of Rastrop.
Depends. I mean, the best drivers can compartmentalise pressure, but some people can't, and it's just a case of what kind of driver you are, I guess. We see DJ Phil having a look to the outside of Rastrop, but he can't make the move. Rastrop stays in the top 10 position for the time being. We've got Ugbar, looks like, oh, as we see Diabetic Lamb getting wide there coming into the penultimate turn. We're going to go trackside here and see what these guys are seeing as we see Ugbar's definitely made the move. Oh no, Ugbar's lost the car! Oh no! Sugar.
Our Flying Dutchman stays 6S. Mac RB is approaching him very fastly for the 6th position.
Yeah, right on board here. Let's ride on board with Nicky here and see what he's seeing as they come up towards turn 1. You can see that Mac RB is all over the back. A bit of a lock up there from the Flying. Oh no! The Flying Dutchman is having an absolute mare in this race. He's now got Nicky all over him. Mac RB unfortunately caught up in Ugbar's accident and came off worse than Ugbar himself did. Yeah. Nicky now pressuring Ugbar. And we see Ugbar riding the curves, getting a little bit loose, getting it all over the place, moving left and right, and now Nicky is surely going to have a chance when they come into this next heavy braking zone, which is just before the back straight. You can see here as they come out of the S's, and Ugbar is all over the place here.
Oh yeah, this is like a ski race. They're all over the place. I love this.
Looks like Ben has pulled a bit of a gap to Smithy, 1.4 seconds between those two. Smithy last time was 4 tenths faster. This time I think Ben is going to have a slight advantage as they come over the line. Richie's still leading the race, lapping 3 seconds faster than these guys in second and third places. Comes over the line this time around, a little bit slower that time, but still consistently lapping. 53s, 54s at the moment. Ben comes over with a 55.4, Smithy with a 56.1. Neither of these guys on the pace of the race leader. Zande comes round, see what sort of pace he's doing. He's lapping considerably off of those guys at this stage in the race. Diabetic Lamb all by himself. We've got Upa running in P6. We've seen he's had a difficult race so far, had a few mistakes creeping into it, and it's definitely not gone to plan for him. Oh, what's happening to the battle for second place? It looks like Ben Parkey has had a moment here, and Smithy is right on his gearbox. He looks to the left-hand side. Looks like Smithy is going to have to move on the inside, and he's up into second place. Can Ben Parkey try and fight back here, coming up towards the back straight? Smithy there opportunistically moving his way to the inside and manoeuvring very, very nicely. As we see him get a little bit too much curve on the right-hand side, and is Ben going to have a chance here coming down the back straight? Possibly. Bit too far back, I think.
Oh, the fight is definitely on for the second place. It's definitely on. Smithy has to watch out for Ben Parker. Is it possible to get the map up for us? Ten minutes to go.
Sure.
Smithy is fully under pressure of Ben Parker.
Yeah, this battle for second place has been going on pretty much since the start. Ben started this one on pole position here for his debut race in the LMP2s, but got jumped immediately off the line by Richie, who has since driven off into the distance. It looks like Ben getting a little bit wide onto the curb there, but he's still sticking with Smithy, still letting Smithy know that he is there and he wants that P1 position back. But Smithy, I'm sure, is going to be giving it everything to stay ahead of him at this point in the race. KRV still sat P4 at the moment in this one. Diabetic Lamb has got the Flying Dutchman closing in on him. Battle for 5th and 6th, 2 seconds separating these guys. Upa was 4 seconds faster last lap around. He's absolutely flying.
Oh no, we lost another Dutchman.
Oh no! Ginger Bull is out. Ginger Bull is retired from the race. That is a real shame, guys. Unfortunately, we see. Don't know what the reason was, or if there's some kind of mechanical failure, but he's no longer going to be picking up any points for this sprint race. Hopefully he'll stick with us for the feature race coming up after this, but that is a real shame there as we see Smithy, Diabetic Lamb, excuse me, still fighting it out with Upa. Upa looks to the outside. Diabetic Lamb tries to stop back into the slipstream, but it looks like Upa is through and up into 5th place. Good move there from Upa. Diabetic Lamb moved over to the side to, I'm not sure if he was moving over or if he was just trying to get back in the slipstream, but whatever it is, Upa is up into P5. These guys are a long, long way back off of the man in P4, which is Zande at the moment. There's Zande currently in a land of his own. Yeah. 7 seconds behind Ben Parkey, 24 seconds out of the bar.
Comfortably running in 4th position, getting some good points here. With 8 minutes to go.
Still a little way to go, but yeah, I think he's pretty much got 4th place in the bag, barring any kind of very, very peculiar incidents. As we have a look here, it looks like Rastrup's looking into the inside here of Drummer. Drummer's going to have to leave him the space on the outside, and looks like Drummer's for the time being just about clean onto the position. Rastrup's going to look in and inside now and towards the outside here, but once again Drummer just giving him no space, not allowing him to work the space and try and go for a gap. Great race in here. Good defence from Drummer. He wants to get this 8th position and he's going to give it absolutely everything to make sure that he finishes in that spot. As we see, oh my goodness me, Rastrop goes for a dive into the last corner and moves it up the inside. What a move there. That came from nowhere, Ravi. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's what you can expect here in the LMP2 class, mate. That is what you can expect. A very tough competitive racing. Yeah, definitely. Very, very, very good, man. Rastrop, Nikki. I am truly missing Civic here. I am truly missing Civic here. Nikki will know it. Nikki will know it. Yeah, 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 definitely. Those guys are very good here, man. Very good. Yeah. So the gap between Rastrop and Drummer is 1 second. With 6 minutes to go. This tough cracker. You see, it looks like the fight is.
All back to the battle for second. Smithy's trying to fend off Ben Parkey here. These guys tearing around the last corner onto the pit straight. Earlier on we saw Ben Parkey, who started on pole position, get jumped off the line by Richie. He's been fighting with Smithy for most of this race. Smithy got past a couple of laps ago, but Ben's not giving it away easily, and we see here it looks like Ben trying to distract Smithy, trying to put him under pressure. Smithy is not taking the bait at the moment, still holding firm, holding his position through the S's here. Great driving from Smithy, who was actually new to the LMP2s last season, mainly races in, well, I mean, his favourite things are the Clios and touring cars, but he races in pretty much all of the slower cars, the lower powered ones. He also loves the Formula Rookies as well, and he's embraced these LMP2s of late. End of last season he joined this league and has really been pushing to improve on his pace and get it so that it's a competitive level, and he is currently reaping the rewards, currently running in P2 in a podium spot. He also took a podium at Daytona Road Course last season. I think that was the penultimate race of the season. You see here ducking to the right hand side, trying to stay out of the slipstream. He doesn't want Ben to get a run on him coming down this long straight in the middle of the track, but he's doing a really good job here of managing to keep on to this P2 spot. He hasn't got too long in this race. We're over 3/4 of the way through, so Smithy just going to have to keep his head cool, and obviously this feature race is a lot longer than this one, so but he doesn't need to worry about that just at the moment. Deal with this one for the time being.
Oh yeah, Ben Parkey is tailing him, definitely. He's bringing the fight. But Smithy is having none of that. Keeps that position, keeps on fighting, keeps on defending. Very good lines.
Gotta admit, I'm impressed with Ben Parkey. He really has brought the smoke here tonight for this LMP2 race. We saw in qualifying, he absolutely blitzed it, and he's not giving Smithy an easy time here. Smithy obviously made the move, but Ben is very resilient in his pursuit of trying to get this P2 spot back. Obviously he will be disappointed undoubtedly, having started on pole position and lost the lead going into turn 1 to Richie, but I think Richie is just improving with every lap that he does. I don't think he really showed his full potential in the qualifying session, but he is definitely showing it here.
Yeah, Richie is definitely the favorite here. Oh no, what's happening here? Oh no, what's happening
Smithy's
here?
got to slow down. Ben Parkey closes right up on him here, and it looks like Ben is up the inside, side by side. It looks like Ben has made the move. Smithy seemed like he got off the gas a bit. Ravi, I don't know about you, I definitely seemed like he lifted off. I don't know if he had a slowdown penalty or what was going on, but Ben Parkey back up into B2. These guys losing lots of time to Richie. As we see Richie trying to switch back here, coming under the braking zone at the end of the straight. Looks like he's having a look, but Ben Parkey still managing to hold him off for the time being. These guys driving very cleanly, and Ben Parkey very defensive going into that section, but for the time being still holding on for P2 on his debut here in the LMP2s at Motive Racing. It's been a great debut so far for him. Richie's got some traffic, it looks like that is DJ Phil. DJ Phil, usually very good at adhering to the blue flags. But yep, there we go. Gets well out of it, allows Richie, the race leader, to take the position. Good sportsmanship there from DJ Phil. Ben Parkey is back up into P2. For how much longer there, we don't know. As we come over the line to start the penultimate lap of this race here at Circuit of Americas for the sprint race. Guys, if you like what you see and you enjoy the action that you see in front of you, be sure to subscribe to the Motive Racing channel. Drop a like on this video if you enjoy it. Make sure you join us on our Discord server so you can become a part of the racing action that you see out on the track in front of you. LMP2 isn't your thing, then we've got a host of other leagues for you to join in. We've got GTEs on Monday, Clio's on Tuesday. On Friday night we've got the GT5 Genettas. Saturday obviously we've got the double header. We had GT3s earlier on this evening, and LMP2s obviously you're watching them now. And then Sunday night we've got the touring cars, and coming soon ACC. Motive Racing is going to ACC. Obviously we're staying on Project Cars 2 as well, but stay tuned for that. As soon as the custom lobbies are sorted out on that game, we will be on it like a carp on it. And also Project Cars 3 coming out at the end of August. I mean, I'd say don't judge a book by its cover. Obviously we all know how it looks, how it's been portrayed by certain, I'd like to say, sim racing enthusiasts have made it out to be a bit of an arcade game. Now I'm of the opinion that we should wait and see. Ultimately I believe it's going to be something pretty special. I'm sure that it's not quite what it's being made out to be, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a good sim racing game coming out. So Smithy's lost the car. Smithy spun it coming out of the middle sector here. It looks like he's lost a lot of time. He's lost about 10 seconds here to Ben Parkey. Obviously in these LMP2s, with the speed that these cars go, you do lose a lot of time if you do spin the car, or if something happens then you lose probably about double the amount of time that you'd lose in another car, simply because the other cars cover so much more ground while you're stationary.
Yeah, especially with this. Yeah, especially with this conditions. It's very hot here in Texas, and the sun is shining very hard. So yeah, factors of multiple things.
Absolutely, there's a host of different variables which might contribute to the varying levels of certain factors. What am I talking about? Anyway, Nicky here, currently running a couple of seconds up the road here from Rasbrook. This is the battle for 7th and 8th. I think Nicky more or less is home and hosed in this, unless he has some kind of major incident on the last lap. Whereabouts is the leader, Richie? He looks like he's halfway round the last lap here. Been a very impressive race from Richie. He would have been absolutely seething after qualifying. It ended up on the front row, but it wasn't the position he wanted. Started in P2 for this one, made up for it coming into turn 1, got the perfect start off the line, got himself the gap that he needed at the front, and he has controlled the race from there on. As here he comes into the last turn. Runner-up last season in the LMP2 Championship. He's made a strong start to this season, which he continues here at the Circuit of Americas. Richie comes over the line to take the win in the sprint race. Great job there from him. Ben Parkey on his debut is going to bring it home in P2. Extremely impressive from him. Had a great tussle with Smithy, in which he has ultimately come out on top. Into the last turn, Ben Parkey burst onto the scene here at Motive Racing. Very impressive. He took pole. Unfortunately couldn't convert for him, but good driving nonetheless from Ben Parkey. Smithy's going to come round here in 3rd place. He'll be gutted that he wasn't able to bring home 2nd, but a good podium finish for him. Zande is coming through the final sector now in 4th position here. There he comes. The Flying Dutchman's at 5th. Some decent points here for the lead coordinator at Motive Racing, and head steward as well. Yes, here he comes, our man from Hoogeveen, exits the last corner. Good driving, Ugbar. Unfortunate for the incidents that happened, but that's racing. Well done on P5. Diabetic Lamb coming around in 6th. Still getting used to these cars. Flashing the lights as he comes over. Good job from him. Nicky coming out to the last corner in P7. We got Rasrup following him over. Here's Drummer. Saw him having some good battles in that race. Had a poor finish to the race, unfortunately for him. He comes over in 9th position tonight. And that's it. Drummer's the last man on the lead lap. Looks like King of Ball left the session. So that is that. Richie taking the win. Ben Parkey and Smithy rounding out the podium finishes. Guys, stay tuned. We will be back on in a few minutes' time for the feature race coming up very, very shortly. I've been Andy. Ravi's been Ravi.
You.
And we'll be back very, very shortly, guys. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on in a few moments' time for the feature.
50. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in this small qualifying session for the feature race. Where the first five finisher of the sprint race are not eligible to qualify for the feature race. They will start from the back. So in terms, we got Richie that will not qualify. We got Smithy that will not qualify. We got Ben that will not qualify. Xander. As Restrop is looking for warmth in the tires. Actually heat. As Restrop is going over the start finish line for his flying lap. Ben Parky, our new driver here in motor racing, takes it here by storm. He's currently in the pit, waiting to start for the feature race. I'm quietly curious and interested how he will cope with this reverse grid style. For that we have to wait in the feature race. So the times that they are aiming for, that is aim 1:58. Around 1:58 will be the time they are looking for. So Restrap enter the final corner here to the start-finish straight. Crossing the line in 1:55. 1:55. We got Restrap here in blazing time. 1:55.8. We got Nikki in the second place with 2 minutes 1/10 of a second. Drummer in 2 minutes and 1 second flat. We got in the fourth place provisional, that is the Diabetic Lamb with 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And we still have to wait for DJ Phil, MacRB, and yeah, for those two to set a time here. Yes, we are currently watching Resrap in the pit. Now riding here with MacRB, looking to set his lap time. Ooh. So good ride here. Almost lost it. And we got Diabetic Lamb setting a time of 1 minute and 58 seconds and 8/10. Those are the times they are looking for, and Nikki sets it better, 1/10 up. 1/10 up. Nikki is 1/10 up the times of Diabetic Lamb. So Nikki is in the second place. We're currently watching here. MacRB, is he going to set the time here? So you can see, and he crosses the finish line. Sets a time of 2 minutes and 9 seconds and is at the back. With 2 minutes to go, we got Resrap in the first place, Nikki in the second, Diabetic Lamb in the third, DJ Phil in the fourth, Drummer in the fifth, and MacRB in the sixth. That's Resrap in the background, looking for some heat in those tires. MacRB. Looks like Diabetic Lamb has improved his time. He moved up in the second position with 1 minute and 58 seconds flat. That is 7/10 faster than Nikki, who is currently in the third place, followed by DJ Phil in the fourth and Drummer in the fifth. And closing the qualifying session in the sixth position, that is MacRB, with approximately 1 minute to go. Okay, looks like the qualifying session is over. We have to wait till everybody comes in. Looks like Nicky has finished. He is in the 3rd place. Diabetic Lamb has also finished and is now in the 2nd place. Can Resrop improve his time? We see McRB, DJ Phil and Drummer still in this session running, as McRB set a better time and he took the 4th place. Oh man, it's getting hot in here. I don't even see those guys on the track, but as the times are telling, they are not lying. Very fast indeed. Look like everyone is... and Resrop did not improve his time. He is on the 1st place still. 2nd, Diabetic Lamb. 3rd, Nicky. And DJ Phil just took the 4th place of McRB. So DJ Phil on the 4th. McRB is still in this. Can he improve? Can he take back the 4th place? And I don't think so. So we got Resrop in the 1st, Diabetic in the 2nd, Nicky in the 3rd, DJ Phil in the 4th place, last minute hijack of McRib in the 5th, and Drummer closes the qualifying session in the 6th place. Ooh, 17 laps here in this feature race, hot blazing Texas, Circuit of the Americas. Temperature rises above 40 degrees Celsius, and
it's sizzling hot here this evening. It's going to be an incredible race. We've got Rastrop lining up at the front. Can't believe that.
We've got some
taking a really good massive pole position. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Andy. Yeah, nice. I can hear you. Nice.
Brilliant. Yep. So, yeah, we're about to go racing here at COTA. We've got Diabetic Lamb doing a great lap there at the end, putting himself on the front row. Nicky, DJ Phil. Very, very good to see him up there at the sharp end. Should be interesting to see guys like Smithy, Richie coming back through the pack, as well as obviously Ben, who we saw in the sprint race doing a good job on his debut here at the Motive Racing League. It was quite refreshing actually to see a new name at the top of the leaderboard, or near the top of the leaderboard, and we saw his racecraft when racing with Smithy, but let's see how he is trying to make his way back through a pack full of drivers who all believe that they have a right to be at the front. It's definitely going to be an interesting test to see what he's able to do here. We're moments away from lights out here for the start of the race. In fact, we are almost about to go racing here at the Circuit of Americas for the feature race, the final race of the evening here on Super Saturday here at Motive Racing. And looks like the engines are on and we are underway, and it's a decent start there off a pole position from Rastrop. Looks like we're 4 wide in the background.
Oh, Richie, no, Richie!
And Richie's almost got caught up in that. So, yeah, Richie is up to speed for the place. And it looks like Rastrop's been turned around into turn 1. What has happened there?
Chaos!
Somebody went straight into Rastrop. I don't know if that was Nicky there that ran into him, but there's a lot of cars going off there. Rastrop has now ended up in a battle here with DJ Phil coming up towards the S's, and looks like a little bit of sideways motion there. On Rastrop's, oh no! Rastrop's been spun round there by DJ Phil. Got a yellow flag there, he resets to the track. In the meantime, Diabetic Lamb finds himself with the race lead here. Unbelievable scenes from fourth, or sorry, second even on the grid. But Richie looks like he's already got him here. Richie and Smithy following him through. Unbelievable stuff. Smithy now looking to the inside here of Richie. Can he make the move on the inside? It looks like he does, but he overshoots the corner just a little bit, and it looks like Richie's back up the inside here and back up into the lead. Incredible scenes on the opening lap. What a start to this race. Richie, Smithy and Diabetic Lamb in the top three.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Nicky running in the fourth place, taking a full advantage of that situation, what happened with Zander.
Unbelievable stuff here. And we see there's a battle going on the front. It looks like Diabetic Lamb's trying to make the move here. He just can't make the move. It looks like he can't get it around him for the time being. And it looks like, oh, it goes almost a little bit wide. But Rich, Smithy's going on the inside. Oh no! Smithy takes out Richie. Oh my goodness. That was a very aggressive move there, and Nicky has to swerve to avoid Richie there. Ben Parking's up into third place.
Yeah,
wow.
It was actually Richie hitting Smithy. I saw it on the stream. It was in the corner in the back. Oh my days! Smithy is going for his mandatory pit stop early on. Early for his mandatory pit stop. He thinks I have no deal with this traffic that is coming up and these fights. So he's taking his mandatory pit stop very early.
The question is though, is the undercut going to pay off? It's always a test to see if the drivers can get their tyres to last into the race. And obviously with these guys, they're all going to be fighting it out amongst themselves. So they're going to be slowing each other down, while Smithy is a step ahead of the game. Smithy bringing it into the pits now. He's going to be in some clear air. Hopefully he doesn't run into some back markers too early on in the stint, because if he doesn't, he is going to have an amazing chance of jumping these guys whilst they battle it out, once they keep knocking seconds off of each other. So Smithy is one to look out for, already been for his mandatory pit stop. You heard it here first. I'm tipping Smithy for the W in this feature race tonight. You heard it here first. Smithy for the win tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, I have to consider this because Ben Parkey, he made a good impression here first off in the qualifying. As we see Richie taking over Nicky. I don't know what was happening there, but I think he's fighting there.
Yeah, he has got. It does look like Nicky is trying to fend off Richie. Richie is up the inside. Looks like Richie's got the third place here. Is Nicky going to fight back here? It looks like he's a little bit too far back. So next up for Richie is going to be Diabetic Lamb. But Richie, while he has to fight these guys, is going to be losing time to Smithy. Smithy is only 25 seconds off of the leader, Ben Parkey. And I reckon he's going to be closing that gap. Smithy in the sprint race, in my opinion, had a slight pace advantage on Ben Parkey. I know that Ben eventually did finish in second place, but I felt that Smithy had the measure of him for most of it. I was always closing in on him, and unfortunately had to spin towards the end of the race, which derailed his chances of finishing in P2. Yeah, I reckon Smithy is got to be favourite for the win at this point. He's already brought it into the spits. The pressure is kind of off him in a way, and he's got some clear air in front of him. He's got 13 seconds of clear road, so surely he's going to have a chance. As we see Richie, he's up into P2 ahead of Diabetic Lamb. Diabetic Lamb's looking to the inside here. Is he going to make the move? Oh no, Diabetic Lamb spins around and just about managed to avoid Richie there. That was very, very close. Richie must be counting his blessings that Diabetic Lamb didn't take him with him there. That was very, very close there, Ravi. I think Diabetic Lamb just went a little bit too hot into turn one, and was just lucky there they didn't take our Frenchman with him there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is it possible to get the map up?
Let's get the map and the split times up. Sorry about that, guys. Do apologise for that.
No, that is better. That is better. As we can, Smithy and McRB made also his pit stop. Is that correct?
Oh, McRB's, has he been in? I think he has. Yes, he's almost a lap down already in this. This race has gone horrifically wrong here for our man from the USA. In his home race here at Texas tonight, it's been a complete disaster on the opening couple of laps. He's already got Ben Parkey closing in on him in the background. Ben Parkey looks like he's coming around to lap him. This is a very unfortunate race for McRB this evening. It has I mean, it's been a difficult event for him as we see him cutting the inside, trying to make sure that he is out of the way of the leader when he comes by. There goes Ben Parkey. So McRB looking, that car definitely looks a bit worse for wear at the moment.
As Smithy is approaching already DJ Phil.
Here we go, so Smithy is keeping that gap to Ben Parkey. It's actually staying about the same, 25, 26 seconds. Obviously Smithy with a pit stop in hand, he's already come in for his mandatory stop. So the situation is that Smithy has brought it in, Ben Parkey, Richie, Opar, all of those guys need to come in. It looks like Richie has followed suit with Smithy's early pit stop strategy because he's brought it in now for his stop, and that looked very, very quick there. Now the question is, where is Smithy going to come out in relation to him? He's just coming through the final turn now. Oh, this is going to be very, very close here.
Oh my days.
This is going to be neck and neck.
Richie is going now out of the pit and Smithy is charging.
Here we go. Oh, there's Richie on the left-hand side. I think Richie's got it. I think Richie's going to come out ahead. Can Smithy undercut him here? Coming through the... It looks like Richie's done it.
Richie done it. Oh my god. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I did not think Richie would have pace to be able to get out in front of Smithy, but he has somehow managed it here. And the question now is whether Ben Parkey can get his foot down and try and get enough of a gap to get out ahead of Richie. Obviously, he was Ben Parkey had the lead before Richie came in, but Richie was, well, it looks like he's been waved through there. DJ Phil lets Richie through. Obviously, it is for position, but DJ Phil nevertheless accepting that he probably isn't on the level of Richie at the moment, and allowing him to take the position. Smithy now on the back of Phil as well. Let's see if Phil does the same thing for Smithy that he just did for Richie. There we see in the slipstream Smithy closing in, the closing speed absolutely phenomenal, and Phil's not going to make it too difficult for him. Smithy breezes past into the braking zone. Smithy 1.5 seconds behind Richie at the moment. It might be a tall order for him to get onto the back of Richie. He wasn't really on the same pace as him in the sprint race. Oh no! Smithy's lost it! Oh no! Oh no!
He binned it. He binned it in the first lap.
Oh. Anyway, looking at the front, it's Ben Parkey still leading the race by 9 seconds at the front. He's got a 9-second gap to Ugbar at this stage in the race. He's got 25 seconds to Richie, so those two guys are going to be effectively battling over the lead once Ben Parkey does come in for his mandatory pit stop. Ugbar still doing a good job though, sat in P2, Ravi, I'll say. Been a solid job from the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, the Flying Dutchman is indeed impressive. I think he's quite adjusting his steering wheel, and the results are here, man. Yeah, he feels comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Our main steward here, man, in motive racing.
Absolutely, he's the boss man in the stewards room. He's the one with the final call. Obviously not on the LMP2s, because if it was, then that would be quite a biased system. But for all the other championships, Ugbar is the main man, the port of call, if you like, on the post-race decisions. Yeah. Very, very rarely caught up in any incidents. This man is one of the cleanest sim racers, one of the fairest drivers. You can always go side by side with him and have confidence, knowing that he's not going to take you out or crash into you. You can always bet on Ugbar to give you the space and the room on the track. Actually actually recently picked up a Logitech G29, races on a full sim rig nowadays. He for many years was a member of Team DualShock, but departed the team I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago was it, when he actually got the G29, and he is definitely relishing his new bit of kit. Lately really has been getting to grips with it and putting in some good performances of late. Comes over the line to complete lap 5 of this race, lapping 2 seconds a lap slower than the race leader Ben Parkey. Almost said Ben Sparky there.
Yep, it doesn't matter, it's Ben. I call it Uncle Ben, mate. Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben leading the race by 10 seconds at this point. Let's see if Richie dares to try and beat his Uncle Ben tonight.
26 seconds, man. Oh man, he is bringing the fight to Richie, mate.
Man, I think it's good, refreshing to see somebody not giving Richie an easy time of it. Looks like Smithy is struggling to negotiate some traffic here. I say traffic, it is for position, and he looks like he's driven around the outside there of Drummer. Fantastic. Is that Drummer?
Yeah, Drummer. Yeah, this Drummer. Yeah.
Yeah, he drove around the outside of the S's there. Extremely impressive move there from Smithy. Next up for him will be Nicky, who is a couple of seconds up the road. I'm sure he will be pretty much on his back, probably before the end of this lap, with the pace that Smithy is going at. I reckon a podium still on the card for Smithy, despite his mistake a couple of laps ago where he dropped off the back of Richie. Still, him is a chance of pushing the top through.
I don't know. I have to challenge that because Zander, you got KRPR Zander. He is also a fast guy, but he has to make his pit stop. But yeah, we have to check. Yeah, we have to check because the gamble what Smithy took is after the first lap to get the pit in. That was a good call, but that spin off, that was a big mistake.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's definitely going to be tricky for him to get up into that top three. And Zander, as you say, has got the pace, as has Ugbar. Those guys both in the low 1 minute 58. Smithy though going a little bit quicker. He's in the 1 minute 57s at this stage in the race. Looks like Ben Parkey has found some really true pace here in this race. He's lapping a lot quicker than what we saw in the sprint race where he was having that tussle with Smithy. Maybe he's figured out a setup that works for him. And Ben Parkey is actually the fastest man out on track, faster than Richie, sprint race winner.
At this moment, yes.
So, 26 seconds separates P1 and P5, the net leaders of this race.
Oh
no, Smithy! No, Smithy, no! No!
No. This is not happening. Tell me.
No, pinch me. Wake me up.
Yeah, say I'm dreaming. No.
Smack me in the face. Punch me. Shoot me. I can't believe that Smithy is... This is not Smithy, this is someone else in the car. Somebody has stolen Smithy's car.
But what I heard earlier on, I heard that he was not at home. So it is a possibility that he is on a controller.
That is actually true. Maybe that does explain the somewhat alarming regularity in these errors that are starting to creep into his driving.
Yeah.
Goes again on the back of Drummer here. Drummer, see if he makes it difficult for him. Obviously Smithy with a lot more pace at this point. Bit of a lock up on those rear tyres. But Drummer surely isn't going to fight him too hard at this point, I wouldn't imagine. But you just never know.
Does McCarthy hit the pit again? Look at that fight. Oh, pace.
Yeah, Smithy weaving in and out, bobbing left and right, gives him a little bump up the back. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sure that's not.
Yeah, slow down. It gets a good slipstream here.
Oh, surely he's got a chance coming into the braking area. Very late on the brakes there, Smithy up the inside into 7th place. Somebody emerging from the pits, that looks like it was Mac. Yep, Mac there. Currently 2 laps down on the leaders.
Yeah, he got a new front wing.
Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. Was looking like a little bit of a state a couple of laps ago, but it's looking slightly more respectable now. Currently watching DJ Phil Green here, sat 10th at the moment, running the top 10 spot. Good to see. He's come a little bit wide there coming through that section, but as always, DJ Phil, one of our regulars here in the leagues here at Motive Racing, always shows up, always says hello in the comments section on YouTube. Phil is our 34-year-old. He's actually a DJ in his spare time, and one of the fairest, cleanest racers out on track. as well. Very respectful. Currently watching Diabetic Lamb, sat in 9th place at the moment, having a bit of a mare in this race. I don't know if he's maybe forgotten to take his insulin today. But,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, definitely.
Diabetic Lamb, oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think he had a bit of a transition. He used to be a badger, but he turned into a lamb, and then formed diabetes somehow. We're not quite sure how this came about. I don't know if maybe he tried to suck the blood of a diabetic lamb, and that might be why he became a diabetic lamb. Who knows? Obviously, you can only speculate as to how this tragic set of circumstances did arise.
Yeah, it is a possibility that the rodent went into like a Snicker factory and something like a Snicker or something. He fell into Snickers and came out as a lamb, but with the sugar he got diabetes.
That's actually quite a good explanation. I think that's probably exactly what happened, to be fair. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. We need to write that down somewhere so that we remember it. But I think that's... Let me just get a timestamp on what the stream is now, because I want to come back to this so we can actually explain this. When people ask us how he became a diabetic lamb, we can actually now tell them the exact story. So it's 1 hour 22. 1 hour 22 into the stream. So I think you've got a good theory there, Ravi. I think that's a very, very possible
definitely
explanation. If we come back to Smithy here, as we see him, he looks like he's closing in a little bit on Nicky actually. He's closing that gap now at just under a second actually. So Smithy is really getting the hammer down here. Currently in P5. These guys are 20 seconds off of Richie, who's already pitted. Ogbar and Ben still yet to pit, but I think that the podium spot for Smithy could potentially be a little bit out of reach at this point, unfortunately.
Yeah, as a Richie, he's improving time. He is improving time.
Yeah, he's closing that gap to Ben.
22 seconds, man. Yes, Nicky is entering the pit. Good to see. Good to see as Smithy moves up to the 4th place. Look at this. Look at this. This is coming. This is coming along. Zende in the 6th.
No, no, Drummer's lost the car!
Oh.
Yellow flag! Oh no! That is a real shame for Drummer.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. Had Zande giving him a little bit of pressure behind, and Zande's now moved up into P5 here in this one. That is a real shame for Drummer there. He was running in some good points, but ultimately it's just got a little bit too eager on the loud coming out of turn 2 there, and he's lost a lot of time. He's now 7 seconds behind Zande in their little tussle.
Yeah,
hopefully Drummer can get it together.
Yeah, Zande is a tough nut to crack, man. He's a tough nut to crack.
Absolutely. 100%.
He has clear air. He has clear air. Also Smithy. Smithy has also clean air. So that is something to watch, man.
Let's have a look here. See, it looks like Richie's closing in on the back, and the Flying Dutchman's into the pits. The end of lap 10 here. 7 to go here in this LMP2 Championship Motive Racing Round 2 at Circuit of the Americas. Looks like we've got a battle developing here between Nicky and Diabetic Lamb.
Oh no!
Oh, and Nicky's got wide. Oh no! Diabetic Lamb's up into P7. No, hold on. No, it's Diabetic Lamb. Hold on. Wait. Oh. No, it's the timings.
Oh, that was Mac RB. No, that was Mac RB. That was.
No, it's the timings. Yeah. Yeah, this is a timing screen, maybe making that seem a little bit closer than it was, Ravi.
Where's Umbar? Where's Umbar? Where's Umbar? Where's Umbar? Where's he joining the track?
Oh, Smithy. So he's closing in on Uber now. This is the battle for third and fourth here.
Okay. So Umbar took his mandatory pit stop and he's running now third place. As Drummer is taking his mandatory pit stop now. Oh my days.
So Smithy with a chance of taking a podium spot.
No, Umbar went a bit wide. Umbar went a bit wide.
Yeah, surely Smithy's going to have a chance now. You can see he's almost within a second here. So podium finish potentially on for Smithy despite having an absolute horror show of a race.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Here he is, slotting into the slipstream here, coming down the back straight.
Now I am making a now I'm a bit worried. Why
is that?
Does Ben Parkey know that there is a mandatory pit stop?
Oh, I hope so. It is set in the lobby settings, so if he doesn't, then he'll get disqualified. So
yeah,
fingers crossed he notices on lap 16 when he comes around the last corner. He should get the engineer saying, "You need to pit, make your mandatory pit stop, otherwise we'll be disqualified."
Okay.
So fingers crossed he will get that message. If not, then it's going to be a shame because obviously he will miss out on a lot of points and will be disqualified from the race. So, you know, it would be a tragedy if that were to happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh, we see Ben Parker getting a little bit held up here behind one of the back markers. That's is that
Nicky? I think that's Nicky.
Oh, is
yeah,
that Drummer? It's Drummer.
Yeah, Drummer. Oh yeah, indeed.
Drummer making heavy weather there of allowing the leader to come through. Eventually does make way.
Damn! My days, man, my days. What is happening here?
Oh, Drummer getting a bit loose there.
Yeah.
Almost losing the car, he just about clings onto it. That was a very, very close call there for Drummer. But he is still pointing in the right direction, thank God for that.
Oh mate, I think we can fry an egg on the asphalt, man, on the tarmac. I think we can fry an egg.
Man, I think that there's some kind of volcano underneath the surface because I tell you what, it is absolutely sizzling here at COTA this evening. I don't know quite how these tyres are holding onto the surface at this point.
Yeah, definitely. We have to ask on the to the winners. We have to ask, man.
Yeah, 100%. Oh no, it's the timing board just telling me lies again. It says that. Oh no, diabetic service. Oh no. Yellow flag through the S's, and it looks like no, that's not Trevor, that's actually DJ Phil no, hold on. No, hold on. No, that's Nicky there, making up a position up into P6. That is a real shame there for Diabetic Lamb, losing it through the S's, getting a little bit sideways.
Oh man.
Everyone seems to be losing the car today. It's just treacherous, the track surface. It's so slippery in the heat. It's man, I think we should have a barbecue. We don't need an actual barbecue though. We can just use the track. I think after the race, stick some sausages on the track surface there. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they'll be done.
Qualifying session or something. We got already some good bacon done.
Yeah, shouldn't be too long. Back to the battle for P3 and forward, Boss still keen on. Looks like Smithy's actually dropped off a bit on the last lap. In fact, last time around, Smithy was half a second slower than the Flying Dutchman.
But the battery is fully on, man. 1.5 seconds.
Absolutely.
And trust me, in these LMP2 cars, it's very, very fast, man. And it's close.
It's so difficult to keep onto the car, and especially side by side, to actually ensure that you don't overshoot your marker or give the guy next to you a bit of a love tap. So it's such a challenging challenge in these cars, to be honest with you. We see that Ugbar's got about 1.5 seconds at the moment. Smithy is pushing it. Earlier on in the race, we noticed that every time we flicked onto Smithy, he would crash or spin. And
Yeah.
oh, he's almost lost it again.
Oh my days.
Just about holding to it.
Okay, let's switch gears. Let's switch gears. Let's switch gears. We got a situation developing here where Ben is a bit slower than Richie, and it the gap is within 20 seconds. So if Ben is going to make his pit stop, Richie will take him over.
Yeah, it's a matter of time before Ben does come in for his stop. Looks like he's just closing in here on some traffic. That looks like it might be Nicky. There it is indeed.
Yeah.
Let's ride on board with our race leader and see what he's seeing from the bonnet view. And we see here he's coming up towards the end of the back straight. Let's hope that Nicky does move aside here. The blue flags are waving, you can see their trackside. And there we go, good to see there, Nicky moves aside. Ben Parkey currently on his personal best at the moment, only 3,000ths of a second off of his fastest middle sector of the Grand Prix so far. He's coming into the last section now, so gap 19 seconds. We believe a pit stop is around 24-25 seconds. Ben has got some work to do if he would like to take the victory. He needs Richie to make a mistake or slip up in some way or another. With only 3 laps left to go here at the Circuit of the Americas here in Austin, Texas, and he's just done his best lap of the night. 1 minute 54.7. Ben Parkey is flying around this track, but is it too little, too late at this point? Let's keep an eye on Richie and see what he's doing at the moment. Comes over the line now. Let's see, so Richie's last lap time was a 55.3, so Ben Parkey's 0.6 of a second faster that last time around. He is taking this fight to Richie. He's not going to go down without a fight here. He's going to give it absolutely everything to try and take a victory in his debut appearance, obviously tonight. Ben Parkey, here he is. Ben Parkey currently leading the race by 20 seconds, but just to quickly fill you in, he does still need to come in for his mandatory pit stop at some point, either on this lap or the next one. Richie, the sprint race winner, is going to be looked to make it a double tonight.
Fell a bit back, Richie fell a bit. Oh, there was some traffic. Oh, some heavy traffic. 20, almost 22 seconds.
Oh, what is going to happen here? It looks like it's diabetic lamb. It's not, it's Drummer. So Drummer's going to need to move aside here. Hopefully he sees Richie coming down the back straight.
Flashing his
Richie
lights.
flashing his lights all over the place here at Drummer, but Drummer not paying attention. Richie goes late on the brakes up the inside and commits, makes it stick. Good stuff there from him. Gets the move up the inside. He would have lost a little bit of time there, being stuck behind Drummer. Gap now up at 21 seconds.
Drummer went out. Drummer went out.
Drummer's lost it there. Looks like Ben Parkey's going slow in. Looks like he's into the pits. So Ben comes into the box with mandatory 2 laps left to go here at COTA. What is going to happen? Who is going to take the win? Is it going to be Ben Parkey or Richie? He had a 22-second lead as he came in. A pit stop's around 24 seconds here. So this is going to be tantalisingly, nail-bitingly close. It looks like Richie's going to do it. I think Richie's got him.
Yeah, Richie got him, definitely. He got more momentum on the straight. And yeah, there goes Richie. There goes Richie.
That is it. Richie 95 into the race lead. Long gone.
With 1 left to go. Richie got this in the pocket. Where is Umbar? Umbar is in the 3rd position. 24 seconds. Oh my days, 24-second gap. Okay, Ben got the 2nd place, definitely. With 6-second gap between him and Richie.
Oh, you got to say it's a good performance from Ben. You know, despite obviously, we're disappointed that he didn't take the win. You know, it's his first appearance. He got pole position in a sprint race, but it's no disgrace at all finishing in 2nd in your first race, especially to a competitor like Richie, who's consistently always there or thereabouts every season. Richie also is going to be coming into this season with a point to prove. Obviously has been runner-up a few times in various LMP2 championships, not just motive racing, but other ones as well. He was runner-up last season to Carnage Venom. So he's going to be extra motivated this season to give it absolutely everything he's got. Oh, Ben Parker going a little bit deep there. And running wide on the exit of the back straight. Looks like he's got it pointing in the right direction once again though, good to see.
Oh, I think I got a new favorite, man.
Ben Parky.
Yeah, he's joined the list, man, of favorites, definitely. Yep. With this performance, what I just saw tonight, yeah, definitely. Yep.
He's won your respect already.
Yeah, I saw it in the qualifying. Look the list, man. If you see the split time, you see Richie first, Ben Parky second, third Ungbar, fourth Smithy. Oh man.
It's a good list for you. This man's obviously your favourite though. I mean, your most favourite.
Oh yeah, Smithy, yeah, definitely. Yep.
All-time favourite.
Oh yeah.
Ravi's here. Smithy is faster.
Oh yeah, definitely. Although only G has multiple world records, I have to
22
say.
and counting.
Yep.
In the V8 Supercars.
Yup. I still vouch for Smithy.
See, Smithy has multiple world records in terms of crashing into people.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like that.
Obviously only in public lobbies, guys. Smithy does not crash into people in actual league races. He's a very clean driver when he wants to be. He does know how to race cleanly. And he's done a great job tonight, currently sat P4. Doesn't look like he's going to finish on the podium here in this one, unfortunately. Unless Ugbar makes some kind of catastrophic error here on this last lap.
Nah, I don't think so. As Richie. As,
Yeah, here comes Richie into the final few turns here of this feature race. It's been a very impressive round, and it's going to, well, he's only going to strengthen his chances of taking the title this season. Richie's done a brilliant job, our Frenchman, here tonight, doing everything he needs to do. Took a dominant win in the sprint race, had a few scares in this feature. Looked like Ben Parky might be able to take the fight to him and take the win, but it's going to be ultimately Richie who takes the magnificent double here at COTA for round 2 of Motive Racing's LMP2s. Great stuff there. 2 wins out of 2 here at the Circuit of the Americas. Ben Parky comes around on his debut in the LMP2s. Great job in P2. Ugbar is going to come round to complete the podium here tonight.
Yeah.
In 3rd place. Very good, very good. Flying Dutchman comes over the line.
Yeah, Ungbar takes the 3rd place here. Awesome podium finish for Ungbar, our Flying Dutchman. And Smithy, nonetheless, 4th place. Definitely too bad for the spin outs. My man Smithy. Zender, good fellow. He made no errors. He knew in this race when to hold back. In the previous races, he was very aggressive, and now very good. Yeah, he was riding in his own land, nowhere land, practically the whole race, and finish as the 5th place. Zender. Top 5 finish. Congrats, Zender.
Smurf J in the comments there saying, good race, Ugbar, congratulations. That's Ugbar's biggest fan there, cheering him on once again. Great job for him on the podium. As Nicky comes over.
Nicky! Civic, I hope Civic is watching. Nice.
There you have it. Richie, Ben Parky, Ugbar, our podium finishers. Smithy there doing a good lap time. Richie with the fastest lap, as well as the win. Ben Parky's fastest lap almost a second off of him, so he's got some work to do if he wants to take this fight to our main man, Richie. Great racing there from everyone involved tonight. Some really exciting racing as well. Was extremely fun to watch. And thank you to the guys out on the track. Thank you, Ravi, for joining me in the commentary box tonight. It was a good race. I enjoyed that. I was quite chilled out, to be honest.
Yeah, indeed. I loved it, man. It was very informative also, man. Also very informative. Yeah, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Let's check what will happen if you're going to invite the race winners here.
Let's see if we can get them in. Smithy immediately leaving the session there, basically feature. Did you feel like at any point like Ben Parkey might be able to jump you in the pit stops, and did you have to keep your foot to the floor throughout the race to make sure that he didn't get the jump on you?
No, not really. In fact, at the first lap, I was very afraid with Smithy because he was not braking, so I had to go on the back, and I had a little damages. So after 3 laps, I say okay, I go inside, but I knew that the pit stop was 30 seconds. So as I was 25 seconds behind him, I knew that I was leading the race. In fact, so but I was wrong. Because in reality, when he went in the pit, I was 20 seconds behind him, and after when he went out, I was 5 seconds in front of him. So during all the race, I was very cool, thinking that he would need 30 seconds in the pit, and in fact, he needed 25 seconds. So I was wrong, but well, it was enough, so it's okay.
Yeah, 25 seconds was enough, but it was a good race there, and ultimately you came out with quite a good buffer in the end. It's a great win, really impressive tonight, especially the sprint race. That was amazing. You're the fastest guy out on the track, and I know you obviously didn't sign up to the championship at the start of the season, but obviously with a good couple of races, a good first 2 rounds of the season, do you think that this might be your chance to take a championship here at Motive Racing?
I don't know, because in fact I don't know if I will be there for the last races. For the 2 last races, I don't know if I'll be present. So I try to take as much point as I can, and after I will see. But I don't think I will bring the PlayStation with me on holiday. So well, so I take the points, and after I will. I don't know what I'm going to do. Voilà.
Fair enough. It's a bit of a difficult decision, obviously, if you're in the championship hunt, but congratulations nonetheless. Great driving tonight. Really well deserved.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Umbar. Yes, indeed. Umbar, are you here? Okay, congratulations with the 3rd place. Yeah, you're coming along with the new setup, right? Is that correct? Yeah. Perfect, man. Perfect. Good to see
Very consistent job tonight.
Yeah.
Very consistent. Also, I got a question, Akbar. Obviously, Smurf G was commenting in the chat after the race. He was delighted to see you get a podium. He said, "Great race, Akbar. Congrats." Do you have any messages to him? Obviously, one of your biggest fans in the chat. I'm sure that he would love a shout out. So, what would you say to Smurf G at the moment? Do you have a message to Smurf G? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, wow, that's brilliant. Well, hello, Boys Mom. Thank you for following us here in the YouTube section. Good to have you with us. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. No, I'm joking. Yeah. Well done, mate. Well, great job. Really well done. It's a track that you like, obviously. I remember in the GT3s, on one of our old leagues. I remember we raced around here, and you were in third place towards the end. You had a 10-second penalty, and I felt really guilty because I was about 5 seconds behind you, and I took the podium off you that day. So I'm sure that today it's finally your chance to get a podium at the Circuit of Americas. I'm really glad that you managed to get it. Obviously, it makes me feel slightly less guilty about taking that podium away from you that day. Yeah, man. Oh. I remember that race because I had the hangover from hell, and I really worked hard to get over it. And I drank like a massively strong coffee before that race, and it helped me a lot. It really did help a lot. We're also joined in the commentary box by Ben Parkey. Ben, we saw an incredible pole position in the sprint race. What your expectations were after that pole lap was really impressive, and obviously the sprint race, you had a good battle with Smithy. Tell us how you feel after your first race here at Motor Racing, and what are your expectations going forward? Low expectations.
About 30 seconds till we go. Let's go up. Get ready.
Fair dues. Was it the brake ducts or the rads, or what exactly was it that you went in the wrong direction with?
Hit button off.
Well, I think it was an impressive job, to be honest. You know, in your first race, especially debut in the LMP2s, they're not easy cars to drive around. So, well done tonight, man. It's good to have you out with us on track, and obviously another clean, fast, fair racer out on our grids. So, good to have you with us. He's an alien, Rich. He's incredibly fast. But that's it, guys. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us, guys, on the stream. Thank you to you boys, the podium finishers for the feature race. Just getting a comment from Corey Smith, otherwise known as Smithy, is faster on the YouTube section, saying that Ben's settings aren't on, his audio settings aren't on. So basically, Ben just said that his expectations weren't too high into this. His setup was more orientated towards qualifying for this particular event, which meant that the balance of the car was a little bit low all over the place. But he's hoping for a better result next time out, and hoping to take the challenge for Richie. That's pretty much it, guys. Just getting a call from Diabetic Lamb as we speak, so other than that, right, I better shoot off.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Next week we are joined in China, in Zhuhai. Better get some trainings ready, and we're going to see you next week. Tomorrow we got the touring cars going tomorrow. So join us back tomorrow for the touring cars. Have a nice evening.